So part of the things that we actually said yesterday was that Tinubu is not interested in implementing policies for the Nigerian people. Yeah. And particularly, we talked about Mr. Clef. How to sing. Okay. Particularly, we were talking about Mr. Clef. Is it possible for you to put on your camera? Hello, can you hear me, Mr. Clef? I am Clef. Okay. Let me just we'll be on the standby. So yesterday we were talking about the NNPC and the corruption in the NNPC, and part of the things that we discussed was the fact that there's so much corruption in the NNPC lying to Nigerians about the production of Warri. Meanwhile, Warri is not producing anything. You know, the same thing with Port Harcourt, and then we said a whole lot of things yesterday. But to pick up off on that, I want to say that me, I'm convinced, like you said yesterday, that Tinubu is not working for the. He's not ready to implement any policies that will make life better for Nigerians. He's not ready. So we can scream all we can protest all we can cry all we can. He will still just continue to push his policies. And then yesterday, one of the things that we thought, okay, fine, if Tinubu can sack Mele Kyari, but then again, I think you were actually saying something like, okay, maybe we'll sack him anytime soon. But the question is, can he sack Mele Kyari? And then also want us to look at, is it possible? Is there any chance that Nigerians can defeat Tinubu in 2027? I want us to look at those two issues. And then the revenues from crude oil that Nigeria makes, what is reported? Is it the actual, or is it possible that it's more than that? Because also yesterday you were talking about the fact that, oh, a lot of our revenues have been used as forward sales agreement, as loans. So these loans, when they were collected, what were they used for? The investment in the oil and gas sector is a long-term investment. So I would expect that if you invest um, today, you invest this year, you don't have to invest next year, the following year, and like that, because I want to believe that investment is something that can be recycled. So I want us to touch on all of these topics. So just take your pick at any of them.
Okay. I'll go back to Tinubu. At his age, 86, 87, I don't expect anything good to come out of him. The presidency at that time is the retirement benefit. Tinubu had chosen to retire at Aso Rock for the next 4 to 8 years, as the case may be. I don't expect a man of this age to bet a vision that can transform Nigeria. It's not possible because he's already a grandfather, if not a great grandfather already at this age. So it's just an error Nigeria has made by bringing around Tinubu to be in that role for now. Nothing good come out from him. It's not possible. Even Biden will not do much. Biden that is even younger will not do much because of Tinubu is much older. Then,
But Trump is doing a lot better.
if you look at his background, Trump is an entrepreneur and he's younger. He's younger than the three of them. Young is not up to 80 years. These two are above 80 years. And Trump has already himself with younger people that are bringing value to, like people like Elon Musk, bringing value to the table.
Even
Look
the
at
vice
those.
president.
What I expect you to have done is, yes, you can become the president as a ceremonial. Appoint a chief of staff who will drive the vision. Look at people around him. They're not capable. No one is capable. No one has track record of performance. The CBN governor, I've said it before 2 years ago, this guy is not going to bring any value to the table, and I'm being proven right at the moment. I told you before that this guy is not competent. He has no track record of performance before joining being the governor of CBN. So what's happening is not news to me. In fact, his first interview was what enabled me to assess him. When he said that he's not going to defend Naira, that he's going to be, you have to float Naira, I was shocked. Even dollars is being dollar as reserve currency is being defended.
It's been defended.
America went to war in Iraq, went to war in Libya just to defend the USD. Trump is threatening BRICS to defend USD. This is a greatest power. This is a world class country. They don't value of defending the currency, and you Nigeria say you don't want to defend naira. It's strange. See, naira is our economic. That is our. That is the definition of our economy. So you have to defend it. You can't leave it to be floating. Forest is an essential commodity that should not be in anybody's hands. Black market is a sabotage to the Nigerian economy because it's an essential commodity. It shouldn't be found in the black market. Anybody want to buy, anybody who want to access USD or forex should be properly documented by central bank in a transparent system. And the person must account for any forex he gets. That's the way to solve this problem. I wrote a memo to Tinubu, sent it through his APC reps on how he can stabilize the naira. He did not do anything. For example, I mentioned in that memo that you can attract forex by looking at our real estate. Every Nigerian in diaspora can only invest safely in our Nigerian real estate. On our float residential housing plan, whereby those in diaspora can invest in residential housing. Two things will happen. They will solve Nigerian housing problem, bringing forests. It's cheaper for a Nigerian in America to invest in Nigerian real estate, where you can get up to 8% return than investing in US economy. That doesn't get up to 3%. So those in diaspora is a huge market potential to tap for forest repatriation into Nigeria. But it has to be tied to real estate because that's the asset they can feel. It's tangible, it's visible. With government CFO, they'll feel comfortable. Imagine somebody in US has 12 apartments of 3 bedroom flat in Ikoyi. It's a good asset for church person. And the rest of Nigeria will keep to this. Which means as government using their resources to bridge the housing gap, more forest is flowing into Nigeria. Those forests will channel to productive economy, not religious people. Anybody go to religious people, you don't have access to USD. Except you are earning it. You can't be accessing USD to go to Mecca or Israel is absurd for a country that needs to grow. Why would innocent be looking for forest to import spare parts to produce and somebody is having it just to go to the Mecca and clap?
Or to
No,
go
no.
to
And
Israel.
to Israel to go and throw stone at the devil when there's enough devil in Nigeria. What are you? Why would why do you want to fly to go and throw? There's enough Nigeria has enough devil, enough kidnappers, there's enough devils in Nigeria to throw stone. You fly 4 hours to Israel to go and throw stone at the devil. It's just crazy. So that's it by the way. Since that people does not have any vision, I don't see him changing NNPC. Now look at the NNPC. Look at the NNPC is very incompetent, very competent organization, very unfortunate. NNPC issued licenses to Dangote. Dangote refinery is 650,000 barrels per day. Bua is about half of that, which means Bua and Dangote are going to exceed Nigerian domestic fuel supply. They have issued licenses to over more than 10 marginal refinery operators. There's one in Imo State, one in Kwale. So right now there are 3 refineries that are operating private. By next year, Bua will come on stream. The other ones are going to come on stream. What I expect NBC to do is to encourage private investment in downstream. NNPC should just be a regulator. NNPC has no business running a refinery because they don't have the capacity. The structure of NNPC cannot profitably run a refinery. And when the refinery is not profitable, it's a matter of time it will shut down to ground because they can't maintain it. It's from the profit that you maintain the refinery. Keep it an ongoing business concern.
No,
This is not
but
going to be profit.
the refinery, sorry to butt in, the refinery is a company on its own now. It has
Under
its own board, it has its own everything.
it's under the group. That's called group managing director. It's a part of the group.
Yes.
Refinery is so the Kiari oversees the whole group, including the 3 refineries, Kaduna, Warri, and Port Harcourt. What they expect them to do is have sold those refineries to private sector. NNPC should focus on upstream, not downstream. Pure upstream, regulating, formulating policy, providing incentives for investment.
No, but
But
we have no proceed to take care of upstream. We
they're
have
all part of
NMDPRA.
no, when I mean NNPC, I mean the whole group. That the petroleum, all the branches of government running the industry. When I say NNPC, I talk about the whole group. They're all incompetent, including the PPRC, the one that manage the pipelines. They're all incompetent. Why should we be trucking petrol on our roads? Why? Tankers killing people every day. There's no month tanker will not fall and kill people. It's crazy. Why would it drive tanker from Lagos to Kaduna? Petrol PMS. It's crazy. It should be piped. Why is the depots? Every state has a depot. Why are they not working? What do you say make our depots functional? A country of 200 million people, you don't have depots. You don't know it's operating. Why? What do you take to operate a depot? Meanwhile, the private ones are operating. Northwest, Shore Rink, Rain Oil depots are all operating. Capital Oil in Apapa, they operate. Why is that government owned is not operating? Why not sell it to the private sector to operate? Take away the tankers on the road. You know the efficiency of free station should be piped. From depot, you pipe to every free station. Should be moving tankers on the road. So these are the efficiencies we need to improve in the system. The transparency need to improve in the system. Then
The privatization part, are you not worried that if we privatize, then we'll be selling our sovereignty to these private companies? Because in reality, the private companies do not have the funds to actually carry out such projects. They will now go to IMF and World Bank backed institutions like the
government
IFC to get loan.
government can do like Chinese, provide a soft loan for them. China government funds private sector investments in China. So government NNPC has the money. Instead of NNPC investing directly, NNPC can through the Bank of Industry provide a single digit loans to Nigerian entrepreneurs, not foreigners. For energy security, Nigerian entrepreneurs should acquire those assets. It should be domestic companies, not foreign. For our total, can protect our energy dependence and sovereignty will be under control. So if Nigerians acquire those assets, probably that's it. Because the most important factor to production is entrepreneur, not the capital. There are four factors of production: entrepreneur, capital, land, and labor.
Labor.
Capital can be borrowed. Entrepreneur cannot be borrowed. You have to nurture entrepreneurship. And when it's local, the better. Because when it's foreign, they can leave anytime due to sanctions. So when you have a local entrepreneurial ecosystem, the country economy is more secured. Like Dangote, look at Dangote. Dangote is fighting because if Dangote is a Chinese, he would have sold away and leave Nigeria by now. The treasury has gotten so far. If Dangote is a Chinese or an Indian, he will have sold his assets in Lekki and leave. But he's not leaving because he's a Nigerian, so he's fighting and he's winning. So imagine where all these assets are owned by Nigerians. They will put to proper use. More jobs will be created in the system. Now, why is Nigeria importing people to market? ShopRite, for example, pick a plastic there, made in China. It's absurd. Why? What is the plastic we are importing? Every plastic part of a car part should be made in Nigeria. Tubes should be made in Nigeria. So these are things NNPC is supposed to be focusing on. Driving investment in the value chain. Why is Alaja not operating? The pipeline supplying crude to there is not working. So Alaja should be brought back. Alaja
Steel
data,
company.
yes, because steel is
Delta Steel
about
Company.
steel is just iron and carbon. That is steel. Carbon comes from crude. That gives you steel. So our petroleum industry should be part of the steel industry. They are tied together. Every plastic part in our laptops should be made in Nigeria. It should be Nigeria can import the motherboard, but all the plastic part of it should be made in Nigeria. That is investment we should be encouraging. You know how much we spend importing laptops into Nigeria? Cars, dashboard, the mirror casing, they're all plastics. Innocent should be able to make those things locally using Nigerian plastics. You can create another over 1 million jobs in the petroleum industry compared to what it is today. Put up to 50,000 people are employed in the industry because we're only selling crude. Why should Nigeria be bottling LNG? It doesn't make sense. Transporting to all the way to Spain, Europe. LNG should be piped to West African corridor and Central African corridor. Piped all the way to Togo, Benin, Ghana, Ivory Coast, that corridor. Then to the right, Cameroon, all the countries on the center, Rwanda. By the time you pipe to these people, you will sell more than what we're currently doing, liquefying and shipping to Europe. Because the more West African economy is growing, the better for Nigeria. Nigeria is supposed to be the manufacturing. Nigeria is supposed to be the China of West Africa. Manufacturing hub. Our population, youthful population, cheap energy. What do we need? to be an industrial hub for Africa. We have the youthful population, where ready to be educated, cheap energy. We have both sun and crude, natural. We have the three of them: natural gas, crude, and solar. Even if you want to go nuclear, due to our shoreline, Nigeria has potential for nuclear because you need seawater to cool the reactors. So the four energy mix, Nigeria has even hydro. We have all the energy potentials. So what is stopping us? Bad governance. Hydro can power north. Hydro can power north with solar. North is taken care of. Coming to the south, natural gas. That's south south and southwest. Natural gas and solar can power. Then coming to southeast, they have coal. Fired turbine can be built in Enugu to take care of southeast and solar combined together. Residential home, all the residential homes in Nigeria should be solar. We now power the industrial load with gas turbine, coal, and hydro. That's what it should be. So Nigeria has no reason being in darkness because from science and technology point of view, there's no reason why Nigeria should have a city problem.
Okay, agreed. But it is clear that all of these ideas that you're talking about, I am sure that there are Nigerians out there that have these kind of ideas. In fact, I want to even think that even in Tinubu's government, there are people who have these ideas, but these people will just not implement it. So the only way forward is to change these people, get new sets of leaders in. So the question again is, can Tinubu be defeated in 2027? Because as it is now, all we will just be doing is just sitting, planning, preparing towards 2027. That's all we're going to be doing. Because if we think we're going to scream, if we think we're going to complain, if we think we're going to protest, look at what they just did to Labour and TUC on this tariff price increase. They are negotiating again. At the end of the day, even while they are still negotiating, MTN has gone on to increase even 200%. So these people just don't care. They don't. Nigeria is not in their agenda. Nigerians are not in their agenda. So the way forward for me, from where I sit now, is change these people. But how is that possible? Who can defeat Tinubu? From what we see now, from the opposition, who is it that can defeat Tinubu? Can Tinubu be defeated? Let's even start from there.
Well, look at history. I have the feeling that he may not even be on the ballot box. That's another option. He won't be defeated. He may not even be
Really?
there to. Anything is possible. At his age, anything is possible. Remember what happened to Abuja? Anything is possible. So that's another dimension we're not even looking at. But well, I leave it for God to decide. Coming to the if it should go to the ballot box paper, it's possible. If we keep going at this trajectory, inflicting hardship on Nigerians, by that 27, Nigerians might say enough is enough. APC might likely divide before then. If that happens, then it's possible that he will be defeated. I say APC breaking into two factions before 2027.
Did you see
Because
what happened today?
yes, a lot of people know what happened today. What happened?
You saw Tinubu already congratulating El Rufai now. You know, El Rufai was the hope that some people had in the break within APC. That
Okay.
this El Rufai is a very powerful and influential person within APC. And he came out to criticize Tinubu the way he did. People were hoping that, okay, that would divide the North. But today now, we have seen Tinubu camp and Tinubu himself congratulating El Rufai. And then the same thing happened with the tax reform bill. We thought that, okay, the northern governors, since they don't fully support the tax reform bill, that the northern governors will remove or withdraw their support from Tinubu. That's what we thought. And before you knew it, now they have mended fences. The northern governors, they have done some horse trading, and they are back together again. So with that, how is it possible that there will be a crack within the APC? And should we even be looking towards that? I would think that, okay, we should look at how, from outside, looking at the oppositions now, a Sowore, a Peter Obi, in fact, with the way it is looking, even an Atiku, a Kwankwaso, and our Mustafa, all these people, what opposition can we put forward to tackle Tinubu, and will it work?
Well, if he does not take care of the masses, the masses might work against him in 2027. Remember, for any rigging, the masses have to be vulnerable, very, very vulnerable for any rigging to take place. As long as the masses are vulnerable, they will succeed. But as it's going now, I see everybody waking up to say enough is enough. If the insecurity does not reduce, it keeps increasing, accelerating as it's going now. Hardship is being inflicted on Nigerians. More people are getting economically disadvantaged in the country. More people will say enough is enough. It's possible. If you look at people that vote versus those who don't vote, more people who don't vote, those people might decide to make a change in 2027. There may be a crack in APC. A new opposition might arise. PDP is not viable. We need a new opposition to emerge. That a new opposition might be the platform that will drive that change. With
Look
Trump,
at,
with
yeah,
Trump might threaten INEC with sanctions, forcing them to do the right thing. Because if there's consequences, what happened in 2025, 2025, 2023 won't have happened. INEC
okay,
shutting down the server and declaring written result. That won't have
glitch,
happened.
yeah,
There's no glitch. It was hosted by Amazon. I'm a telecom engineer, so not like glitch. They're not like it's a cloud platform. Cloud does there's always a redundant in cloud backup. There's no glitch anything. If there's a glitch, they would have put they would have put a stop and continue thereafter. There's no glitch anywhere. And probably okay, let's say there's a glitch. Where is the evidence? INEC did not prove any evidence of glitch. If a server collapse, server statistics will show that it went down. Where is it? Where is the glitch? Even trying to get evidence, INEC was not cooperating with OB Council. So, in fact, I don't- what I said, PDP is a useless party. PDP is supposed to have pushed for electoral reforms, whereby INEC, the onus of defense should be on INEC. If INEC says A wins, INEC should go to court and prove that A wins, not the person, the party that lost, proving that they were rigged out. Court, the INEC is supposed to be on the court, proving how Tinubu won, not to be going to challenge. Our electoral laws need to be changed. If you declare A the winner, go and prove beyond all reasonable doubt that A wins. If the onus of proof is on INEC, INEC will sit up.
okay. Now look at what Victor Ike is saying. Tinubu has more than enough money to spend for him to remain in power. And it ties to my concern too, because you said, oh, that hopefully in 2027, by that time, Nigerians would have been tired of the sufferings as a result of Tinubu's policy, and because of that, they will vote him out. What if that suffering is actually weaponized? Because that's what they did in 2023. They weaponized the suffering. You saw the currency swap thing push people to suffer. And then in that situation, they now used it to begin to buy people's conscience, buy people's votes. Those who will not sell their votes just simply gave up and left the system. What if he uses money, uses the levers of power that he has now to also do the same thing? Make the people poor, make them so poor that instead of thinking of progress, they are thinking of what to eat first. And as a result, sell their votes and sell their conscience. What if that's his strategy?
For people to buy people will not buy the voters. That will be his waste of money. He only try to buy the umpire. So if Trump decides to do the right thing, then INEC may not be able to have the room to do otherwise. So that INEC is where the focus should be, and our judiciary. If there's consequences on the Supreme Court and INEC, we have a free and fair election. How many votes can I actually buy? You need 25 million votes. Can you actually give it to 5 people? That's not that least of our problem. Look at what happened in Edo. INEC was bought over, not even the masses. How many votes can you really buy? Because those you give the money to go and buy will pocket it. So,
Yes.
so the one who need to even get it pocket it now. If you give me 2 million to go and buy vote, I'll pocket it immediately. I won't buy the vote for you. So the Tinubu will go for the umpire and the Supreme Court.
I think that was what happened with Badi Koro,
Yeah,
then
yeah,
in
yeah,
PDP,
yeah,
when they
yeah,
said
yeah.
Obasanjo gave him money to
Yeah,
buy
but
vote to do,
I
and
mean,
then he took the money and just pocketed it.
what they do is they will buy few votes to create the impression that is what they use to winning. The main vote, the major vote buy is INEC. They don't buy pocket of just to confuse you. Think like that's what they know that just to distract you. Though election shows the template. The same thing with the INEC 2023 federal presidential election. INEC was bought over. So that is the case. So if Trump decide to put eyes on INEC, unlike what Biden and Obama did, probably we might see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's possible.
But my concern
And two,
about
and
Trump,
two, and two, let's hope that he may even be held to know what's happening in the election. At his anything can happen. If he's bedridden in France, he can't be talking about buying INEC over.
but don't forget our next door neighbor here, Cameroon. Paul Biya is in France, so is it France or
So
Germany?
there's no election in Cameroon now.
But
You can't be
they do
bedridden
sham election and they declare results. They do
and he
sham
won.
election.
And he
Yes,
won.
they declare him winner, yes. But it's his son that is actually ruling in proxy
No,
for
no,
him.
no. There's a reason. Say France is their colonial master. France is running Cameroon. So France is not running Nigeria. So the political dynamics in Nigeria is different from that of Cameroon. Cameroon is still under the stronghold of France. France controls their security architecture. There are French soldiers in Cameroon. So as long as France is there, Kabila will keep having his way because they are the puppet. So coming to Nigeria now, I see Obama reversing all US policy on Nigeria.
That's
US
Trump.
US USAD has been exposed already. Very soon, the hot siege feeding Boko Haram and bandits who will be they will go to cut it off very soon. Without bandits, without Boko Haram, North, I see North rising up to say enough is enough. Because they're using the insecurity to divide the North. Once insecurity North is tackled over, North will unite to say we want a change. Boko Haram is the reason that kept APC surviving. That crisis, North has been divided with insurgency, bandit and Boko Haram. They are divided. Once there is peace, people can have civil gathering and start to put resources together to demand a change in Nigeria.
Okay, before we go to this comment that I'm seeing from this Egba James, I wanted to say something about Trump. Trump, yes, maybe exposing USAID and all that. But for me, Trump and Biden, Republican and Democrats, they are two sides of the same coin. Oh. It's just approach that is changing. Trump is not a warmonger person, right? But even within the same Republican Party, like Mitch McConnell, the Senate Majority Leader, there are people even within the Republican Party that are warmongers. They are the shareholders of the military contractors. You understand? So if Trump is going to take away the military approach, stop wars, he is forcing economic policy. Trump is about make it in America, bring back the manufacturing to America, and continue America's dollar dominance and all that. Will if a Tinubu administration now gives Trump what he wants, suppose Tinubu decides to take the money that we don't have to go and invest $200 billion, promise Trump $500 billion like Saudi Arabia is doing, and Trump now decides to give him an ear, don't you think that that is actually undercutting the hope that you're talking about?
Where the BRICS is changing the world order. US will be focusing more on BRICS. Nigeria will be the spirit of their problem. Before the BRICS agenda, their focus was on cheap resources in Africa. Crude oil. Now US is a petroleum producer. They don't need Nigerian crude again.
At all.
So their interest in Nigeria is reducing, not as it used to be like 20 years ago. And the way the economy is being mismanaged, which is interest is being hot, they can't repatriate their money. Forest is scarce. That is why most of the British concerns are living in Nigeria. Procter and Gamble have left. Guinness sold off. Most of their even these people, Glasgow is gone. So they are gradually leaving. Share is selling off, leaving. But the dynamics have changed. So their interest in Nigeria is gradually reducing. So
Sorry,
that
look
is
at this. Look at this. It says in 2026, Tinubu will start making the economy to be stable just to get our votes in 2027. and then the masses will be so gullible to vote for him.
This is
If
not
you
theory.
take this and you add it to this one that says Tinubu, if Tinubu could make his way to Aso Rock from his home, I don't see him out of Aso Rock now that Aso Rock is his home. Okay, so this point that Victor is making, I think is a very valid one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It
But
might give us temporary relief. Temporary relief. And you
I
know,
don't.
Nigerians have very short memory.
Well,
If he gives us that temporary relief, if, for example, now he decides to say, okay, fuel is 1,950 naira, 900 naira per liter. If he decides to make fuel to be 800 naira per liter, and then you say, oh, dollar is 1,600, 1,700, then it brings it down to say, oh, 1,002, 1,003. You know, Nigerians have very short memory. So I think, don't you think there's a lot of merit to this comment that it's a threat?
I don't think he's had that character to fix any problem. Rather, he's corrupt. He believes in buying things off the shelf. I don't see him changing the economy. I don't see the capacity. What he might do is try to buy people over. That has been his template. He doesn't have the. I don't see. He doesn't see the capacity. Look at Lagos State. The evidence is there. With all the resources in Lagos, Lagos is not developing. Lagos is highest, most indebted state in Nigeria as of today. Quality of life in Lagos has not improved in the last 20 years. So he took the same template to Aso Rock. He devalued the naira. Yes, there's more money to share. Purchasing power has gone down. In there's more volume of money to share to the states, but purchasing power has gone down. So that's the economy. An economy is not a machine you just fix overnight. Because it's about people. Tinubu does not inspire anybody. The economy is about it's a social science. It's not a machine you just couple overnight and it start working. No, 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 no. It takes time to build an economy. For example, which I don't think the magic is going to perform. To start replacing what we import with local substitute takes time. You know what you're going to fix in 12 months. In terms of energy, Nigerian power situation cannot be fixed on the emergency as it is now because there's no idea on the table how it can be fixed. People need to recognize that energy drives the economy. Therefore, we must make energy more accessible, more affordable. That philosophy is lacking. So how are you going to fix the economy? The school system that's supposed to produce quality skilled people. You're not addressing this educational system. So how are you going to fix the economy? How are you going to fix the economy? We need to
Okay.
produce quality graduates who will turn natural resources to finished products. The school system is not producing that. How can you have petroleum industry? We don't have first class faculty of petroleum engineering in anywhere in Nigeria. There's no prototype flow station or refinery in any of our tertiary institutions. University of Benin, Port Harcourt, and Federal University of Technology, Awori, EFRU, should be center of excellence in petroleum studies. Robert Gordon, there's no equivalent of Robert Gordon anywhere. Robert Gordon in Scotland, Aberdeen, there's no equivalent of that in anywhere in Nigeria.
What's Robert Gordon?
Is a top-notch university on petroleum engineering, Robert Gordon University in Aberdeen. So there's no equivalent of that in Nigeria. We're not taking petroleum sciences seriously. So how are you going to turn the economy around? Nigeria doesn't have the science of producing synthetic clothes. Most of the clothes are synthetic clothes from petroleum. The technology not we don't have it local. So you need to start training people on this. Our drugs, pharmaceuticals. How many drugs do we produce in Nigeria? Come on, malaria drug, we import malaria drug from India. With our population, we can unlock zero GDP at least 5% from pharmaceutical basic drug like antibiotics. If you produce malaria drugs in Nigeria, antibiotics, painkillers, you can unlock at least 5% of our GDP can grow from that sector alone. Syringes, drips, we import all these things.
Okay. Look at this
Then
thing.
imagine where Nigerian doctors are repatriated back. Nigeria will be exporting medical services to overseas, like India is doing now. You can earn serious forest from that. So what is Tinubu's plan for the health sector? So that guy lacks the vision. He just as long as is Tinubu's retirement benefit at the moment. Just marking time.
Okay, let's take this. Kene actually said the North, unfortunately, the North has always been behind the winner. It's up to the North, unfortunately. But Victor says this. Says the only person present in Nigeria today is Mr. Peter Obi. What I expect the other parties, especially PDP, to do is rally around Peter Obi to make him face Tinubu. If not, APC will not be defeated. First of all, do you see that happening? Considering that, number one, you have an Atiku who wants to run for president in PDP. If Atiku does not run, it means Wike will have his way. Wike will want to run for president on the platform of PDP and is not going to yield. And I don't see him partnering with Peter Obi. You have a Sowore who just doesn't like Peter Obi. You have Al Mustafa who has his own ideas. All of these opposition parties or opposition candidates, they all have their um, various positions. And then someone is saying now that, oh, Peter Obi is the only person. I expect other parties to, especially the PDP, rally around me. Is that possible?
I think there's a game plan by APC to destroy PDP so that Atiku will never emerge. There's a game plan. Because if you look at that result, P2P came first, Atiku second, Tinubu third. That is the actual result of 2023 election. P2P came first, Atiku second, P2P, Tinubu third. INEC now did what they did. They are abracadabra.
Abracadabra.
So that's it. So there's a game plan today using Wiki and Co to destroy PDP. Because they know that that's the only platform Atiku can emerge from. If Atiku goes to any other platform, it becomes going to become unpopular. So to eliminate Atiku, they want to destroy PDP. Unfortunately for them, P2B candidacy sells for him, not even the party. If they destroy the Labour Party, P2B will say emerge. So I see the oppositions lying who want to take out Tinubu, picking P2B for that role. They may pay him with rufai.
Peter Obi.
They may pay P2B with rufai or somebody from the north who is a breakaway from APC. I see that happening.
So that means you agree with Ralph that says that, is it Ralph now? Okay, Ralph actually says Tinubu cannot win a free and fair election. What I was looking for is this one, yes. He says the North has always been behind the winner. It's up to the North, unfortunately. So that possibility, El Rufai and Peter Obi, with all the things that El Rufai said about Peter Obi during the 2023 elections, that does not look sound feasible to me.
I said somebody like I said a radical from APC might be paired with P2B. That's why I said somebody a breakaway from APC. It may not be no rufai, but that's our character. APC will crack because now they're busy admitting all manner of people into their umbrella, into their party. Before then, the rate of interest will crash. They will crack. They will go to crack.
Okay, so all of this now we are predicating all of the chances on big man politics or big man politician. Abi, we are predicating all of this because if APC fails to destroy PDP and an article comes out, that will also affect Peter Obi the way it affected Peter Obi in 2023 again. Because whatever it is that APC is doing is still a 50-50 thing. It can succeed, it can fail. If it fails, then and an article has his way, should an article even be considering running again?
I don't expect him to come back again, but if he comes back, I don't see him winning because of his age. He's already old. The only factor that can stop P2B is INEC. If INEC is allowed to rig again, that's the only thing that can stop P2B. Instead of popular vote, he will get it. He's only rigging. So I expect that opposition might tighten the loose on INEC. There may be some electoral reforms. They might start to remove Ababio. Ababio may be removed before then. That's because
As Senate president,
it's possible because those who want to take away Tinubu will start from the Senate. Senate is the only vehicle that can deal with Tinubu. So whoever camp is serious about removing Tinubu will start from effecting a change in the Senate and House of Rep. Once they get that change done, they can pass some laws that will tighten the rope on INEC. INEC only approving who wants election to be on INEC, not on the candidate that lost an election. That law need to be changed.
Okay, so if this your approach is right, by the way, I think Egba James is agreeing with you that he also sees El-Rufai pairing with Peter Obi. But if this your postulation is correct, that means it needs to happen between now and say June, July.
No, it can't happen now. It can't happen
Good.
now.
So if it doesn't happen now, between now and July, then I don't see it happening again because the grip that Akpabio has on the Senate is a very strong one, considering that he also has the backing of the president.
The
He has the
Senate
backing of the president.
Senate rules enable them to change their leadership, irrespective of what Tinubu feels like.
And
It's,
but
it's about it's about
but the people that can actually tackle Akpabio in that Senate, people like them Ali Ndume, people like them even Oshomole, you can see how even the APC and Tinubu has caged those ones. These are the
well,
people that can actually they have been caged. So if an
those
APC has
those
been caged,
those
who is going to
those
push for Akpabio to
they,
be removed?
they might unite with opposition in the House of Assembly. The APC camp might unite with PDP and the Labour Party there to become a majority force that can unseat the Senate president. It's possible.
You are forgetting that the same Labour Party and PDP people, they damned the directives from their party. You heard what Atiku said now, that he instructed them to form a majority. With the opposition is actually majority in the House of Reps
I,
before the yes, and then they refused. They
in
refused and
I
decided
know.
to dance with Tinubu. Now that they are dancing with Tinubu, you have Labour Party that have defected to APC and other parties that have defected. Is it possible now to now say you want to form an alliance that will remove an Akpabio that has like the Senate in its jugular like this?
Where 25 months from now is 2027 election. We still have 25 months to go. So it's still a long time. Tinubu just have into his 4 year tenure. So we still have to, anything can happen. If Tinubu becomes happens to be not to be capable, the power dynamics will definitely change.
Hmm.
And if you continue with mismanaging the economy, the capitalist class might gang up to take him out. These are the people that have the ultimate power. Economic power is superior to political power anytime, any day. They can gang up and take him out. So the capitalist class too are watching. This,
Somebody
this,
agrees with me here. Say,
this,
the Senate that sings on your mandate in their chambers, God's will Akpabio is a puppet. The Senate will never betray Tinubu. I agree with him. So I agree with him. I think we should explore other options. Thinking or depending on Senate actually betraying Tinubu is going to be hard. I was watching a video from 2014 when Tambuwal was the Speaker of the House of Rep. That was when you had the new PDP and then APC was being formed. That was when you remember they locked Tambuwal out of the National Assembly chambers, and then they were doing all their violent things at the gate of the National Assembly. If you remember, I was watching that video. All the House of Rep members and the senators at that time, they are the ones still there today. They're the ones still there today, and they are the ones behind Tinubu. So the likelihood, the probability that these people will turn their back on Tinubu, sincerely speaking, it is very, 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 very small. If we're going to say, okay, Tinubu is defeatable, our options should be looking within the opposition, right? If it's Peter Obi pairing with El-Rufai, Sowore, and all those people, that's what we should be looking at. You made some mention of something that is actually very important, and I think we should dwell on it. INEC, INEC is at the heart of everything. I agree with the position you made earlier that, okay, how many votes can Tinubu buy? It will be a waste of resources. He can't buy 30 million votes, he can't buy 40 million votes, right?
yeah,
If 60 million people decide to come and they can't pay. So it means that really, it's INEC again that they will use and the judiciary. Are there
correct.
no things that we can do to make it impossible for INEC to rig the election again outside of electoral reforms?
Except you are calling for anarchy. If you should go through the civil process, you have to go through changing the electoral law. The alternative option is anarchy, which will not yield any good outcome. Because if people should storm INEC, they will end up burning everywhere down. That will not create any positive outcome for anybody. Civil approach means that, and it will end up in the Supreme Court. Whatever INEC does, the Supreme Court has the final say. So we need to look at the judiciary. It's only the Trump who can deal with that aspect by placing consequences on them to do the right thing. So,
What
so
if
Nigerians,
Trump places consequence and then the judiciary responds like Nuhu Ribadu responded and said, to hell with them?
then there will be no the sanctions on is on an individual. Most of them have their loot. Listen to me. Most of them have their loot outside Nigeria. Any loot in USD is visible to CIA. They know where it is. They can freeze and confiscate all those. Most of their children are outside Nigeria. Most of them have buildings outside Nigeria. So those is at risk. These are the leverage US can place on them. Because that is what they used against Jonathan. And Jonathan gave up power. They threatened Jonathan with those Jonathan cabinet were threatened. So if same threat is issued on Tinubu and his cabinet, I see INEC doing the right thing. Most of Tinubu loot is outside Nigeria. So if they threaten to seize it, if it should manipulate the system, Tinubu might give up to whatever is going to be the outcome. So it's based on US interest. I just hope that whatever interest it is, it will favor us. Let's have a change in Nigeria. Remember, BRICS, Putin threatened Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, because Russia needs to get France out of the Sahel region. It's about interest. Because Putin wanted to get France. Because if France is weakened, NATO is going to be weaker. So they need to get France. Now, France economy was weakened. German economy is weakened. UK, so these three major economies in NATO are currently struggling. That gave Russia the edge over the Ukraine crisis. It's about interest. It's about interest.
Okay, look,
So
go
if
ahead, go ahead.
Nigeria had joined, Nigeria is a partner
BRICS.
to BRICS. If Trump is not comfortable with that, he's going to threaten Tinubu and go.
Exactly. And then
So,
Tinubu will dance to his tune.
uh, so, so no, it depends on what interest Tinubu has. Right now, Europe is going to fall out with US. US has betrayed Europe. So if France falls out with US,
Is it my network or your own? I think it's your network. Oh. I think it's your network. Okay, for Mr. Victor Eke, for Mr. Obi to pair with El Rufai, he will have to leave Labour Party. Because El Rufai will not want to come to Labour. So if El Rufai does not come to Labour, that means El Rufai will also come. I think the network just glitched there for a while.
yeah, what I expect NFI to do is to support that Ahmed. If he actually want to change, NFI does not need to be the vice president or whatever. He can be a pillar and support to the movement. But try to be on the ballot paper. His record is not.
It's going to be hard. I agree with you because from what even Victor is saying, El Rufai will not go to Labour Party. El Rufai will not also leave APC.
So let him be there and cause nuisance for them. Like
Exactly.
considering nuisance for PDP.
Like
Let him remain
Rotimi
there.
did. Yes.
Let it remain there and cause nuisance to APC. That will be advantage to P2B and Co. Let him
Okay.
remain there and constitute a problem, serious problem for them. Let him support his brother, that which from Kaduna State too.
Should Peter Obi still remain in Labour Party?
It's too early for him to. He may not want to. It may be too early for him to even declare for any other party. It's too early. He doesn't need to join any party at the moment. If he has been campaigning? No, P2B has been campaigning. He has been going around. Yeah, I've been following him. He has been campaigning. He has not campaigning. He's campaigning towards 2027 already. He's already doing that already.
And but
So
should it be on the platform of the Labour Party?
it might change party towards the election. It's too early now because any party goes now, they will target that party for destruction. Any party he joins today because a target for destruction. So
Okay.
he might want to build an organic party, like maybe abundant party, or let it be an organic party, not emergency
One of
vehicle
these
like emergency
exactly
party.
special
Because
purpose vehicles.
Labour Party is emergency vehicle that was used. Let him he has enough time. Let him build. P2B may want to build an organic party
But then
around
if
obedient movement.
around obedient movement,
Yes.
I don't mind that. But my problem is that Peter Obi has a lot of baggage, even within the southeast. Even within
Like
the
what?
southeast. Okay, look
Which
at
delegate?
like IPOB. IPOB is a big problem for Peter Obi. In fact, I want to say that the reason why Peter Obi was successfully rigged out in 2023 was because of IPOB.
How?
If Simon Ekpa did not come out to issue that 2 week sit at home from 20th of February, that drastically reduced the number
No, no,
of
no, no, no,
people
no,
that
no,
came
no,
out to
no,
vote.
no, no. Yeah, I think you're getting the facts wrong. P2B won majority vote, which Rufai has confessed. INEC simply declared the alternative results. So you have to do with the result. Tinubu being president has nothing to do with election that was conducted in the field. Nothing. There's no relation between the two of them. INEC just swapped the fact with alternative result and declared Tinubu. In fact, Tinubu was declared president without a result, without any evidence. Till today, there's no result proving that Tinubu won. There's no result anywhere.
But you know what they say? They say you can only rig elections in places where you have strength, where you are strong.
No, 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 no. What they did was Tinubu was declared president without statistics and evidence to support it. Because they saw a loophole, they saw a loophole in our electoral law that says that the onus of proof is on the contestant. Now, for P2B to prove his case, he need an evidence from INEC, which INEC didn't bring forth. The BVS evidence was destroyed in the name of conducting the election that was conducted after the presidential election. So they wiped it off. Judiciary was compromised to look elsewhere. Despite the evidence that was produced, the judiciary decided to rule differently. So these are the two critical factors that deny him the presidency. It has nothing to do with actual counting of votes. He won Southeast 98%. Southeast, that's enough.
No,
South. We
you
saw we saw Wike rewriting the state results. Wike did
see,
that.
Pascal,
Oh,
there's something
yes.
that I need you to take cognizance of.
Okay.
You see what happened in the southeast? Yes, he won southeast 98%.
Mm.
But before I even make my point, don't forget that 98% of zero is zero. We have 10.4 million Southeasterners, all the five Southeast states. We have 10.4 registered voters with PVC in the Southeast. The
So,
whole vote that Peter Obi got from the Southeast was 1.7 million. So there's a large
no.
chunk.
See what 50% of Southeast voters don't live in the Southeast. Those that people be one Lagos is Igbos in Lagos that gave him that vote. Non APC core members. That people be one Benue, Plateau, and Igbos that are there. Half of Igbo voters don't live in Igbo land in Southeast. So that mistake we make. I was born in the Southeast. So average 18-year-old Igbo is only out of Southeast to go and hustle. Half
Are
of
you
population.
saying
That
are you
is why.
saying that the
Hold on.
PVCs
That is why.
are you
That is
saying
why.
the PVC are you saying the
And
PVCs that they collected from the southeast, people collected the PVCs in the southeast and then left the southeast to go elsewhere? Because
yes.
the statistics were given based on
No.
the
If you watch the electoral law, it's about spread. Even if Toby got 30 million votes in Southeast, it won't make any difference. It's about spread. You
no,
have
but
to
he
win.
would have gotten the spread too.
He got the spread now. That's
Uh-huh.
what I said. There's no, as of today, there's no authentic result. Today, INEC buried everything because Toby won. He got the spread. Toby got the spread.
Okay, so if Peter Obi got the spread, then we have another problem. He could not prove the spread because Peter Obi, the Labour Party, the Peter Obi campaign, they did not have the primary evidence to defend and prove their case, which is what
Which is the
from
Beavers.
EC8A.
No,
No, no, it's not
Papa
Beavers.
confirm. Beavers
It's not.
is another
It's not
evidence that
Beavers.
INEC. No, the law say that you have to bring the INEC copy, which INEC didn't make available. From EC4, so that form, INEC didn't make it available. INEC did not, the two evidence INEC is supposed to provide, INEC didn't provide the two, the beavers and the forms. Because the copy at Totenable is INEC copy, not even the agent copies. That INEC copy that every party agent signs. Because the agent goes with the duplicate. That original copy. INEC did, and the law didn't compel INEC to bring it forward.
No, original copy of what are you talking about? Is it from EC8A?
Yes, yes. The original copies were not provided by INEC.
No, they
Some were
were.
already mutilated. Some were mutilated. So the fact
Okay,
that they were mutilated is enough for them to cancel every process.
this is what happened.
If you watch the form if you watch the form that we are uploading on the IREF, some
Yes.
of them were mutilated, figures
Yeah.
being changed. That's
Yeah.
enough to cancel the whole process. But the judiciary looked elsewhere. That's what I'm saying. The judiciary was compromised. There's enough evidence to show that Tinubu did not win. Even if there's enough evidence to show that the manipulation is enough to show that Tinubu did not win. Supreme Court supposed to do what happened in Kenya, cancel the process and order fresh electoral process. They didn't do that because the judiciary was compromised. That's what I said. So you have to, even if Obi got 30 million votes in the South, it won't make any difference because it would be 99.99%. It will not make any difference. It might spread. Obi won Abuja, one Lagos,
Lagos.
one Edo, one. In fact, he cleared southeast, and
Yeah.
north central. North central. He got
South
fair
South
votes.
minus Rivers.
Rivers, he won Rivers. Wike just did it last. So based on fact, he won Rivers. So it means he won everywhere. When we come to Southwest, he did well in I think Ondo and Lagos. Going to the north, he did averagely well. So he had the spread. He got at least 6% of the states. He won in 6% of the states, which he met the electoral conditions. What they did was to swap P2P position with Tinubu's position. That what INEC did. P2P came first, just swapped it, left Atiku as number 2.
Okay.
That's what they did.
You know my position, eh? I know there was rigging. I agree with you that there was rigging. But my position always is that I don't want to give any excuse. So my position is this. You remember what Aisha Yusufu said about what Abure and his people did with polling unit agents, if you
Yes.
remember. And then
Yes.
Aisha Yusufu said it with her mouth that because she did not give money to people who wanted to collect the money for fictitious names.
Yes.
Eventually, when Peter Obi intervened, Peter Obi said, okay, fine, no problem, we'll give you the money, just bring the from EC8A.
Yes.
And then Aisha Yusufu said this, that the agent said there was no from EC8A.
Yes.
And the electoral act, if you're going to go to the electoral tribunal, the electoral act, actually, there's a process. Your form EC8A is the first evidence.
Yes.
From there, you now go to INEC certified true copy. In fact, you may not even go to INEC certified true copy. You may go to police copy, which was what Hope Uzodinma used
Okay.
to become governor of. So, because Labour Party did not have the form EC8A, as a result of the actions of people like Demabure, they could not have the primary evidence to present in court. And if you remember, that was why the Supreme Court fined Peter Obi's lawyer 2 million.
Okay.
They fined Peter Obi's lawyer that why would you come to say you are to election tribunal the very basic evidence you did not have.
But the
So
copy,
that's what I'm saying.
the copy
That's what I'm saying, that going forward,
and INEC is supposed to have issued them certified true copy, which INEC did not do.
yes,
Even if Labour Party did not have INEC as an umpire, who if the INEC was sincere that Tinubu won, INEC would have willingly given them their certified true copy. INEC still refused. That shows that Tinubu did not win.
yes, I agree. But next time, can we make arrangements such that we have polling unit agents that cannot be compromised,
But
so that we can have our Form EC8A intact. Can we
yes,
do that? If we can do that,
the challenge is that even if you present your own copies, court will only accept certified copy, and they will refuse to certify yours.
no, no,
They
sir,
will-
no, sir. If you
okay,
present the original Form EC8A, that was what Ademola Adeleke did in Osun now.
okay.
That despite all the things that Tinubu did for Oyetola, it was the Form EC8A that saved him.
Okay. That means P2B needs to have an organic party
Exactly,
with people with integrity as party agents.
exactly,
Fact,
exactly.
fact, fact, fact. Every ward chairman should be party agent, not random people. Once you are chairman of a party, you are automatically a party agent for that ward. So that is structure the party should have, an organic structure. So before the election, you only know who is who, not appointing people a day to election as party agents. You don't know them. So whoever becomes a party chairman at ward becomes party
Abure
agent.
even put fake names according to
Yes,
the.
because Labour Party never had Labour Party never had a structure. Labour Party Labour Party never had an organic structure.
Oh God, oh dear Father. In fact, according to what Aisha Yusufu said, he said on that day they were calling people, say that were on the list of polling unit agents for Labour Party for Peter
Yes.
Obio. They were calling them and they would say, are you the agent for this one? He said they were getting answers like, agent of what? That the names that were even there, they were not even aware. They just put fictitious names. That's why I'm saying, should Peter Obi still remain in that kind of party with those kind of people that could do those kind of things? Yes, INEC rigged. Yes, APC did their own. But at the end of the day, it was we who also sold ourselves out cheaply with the likes of the action of Aburi. So, should Peter Obi still remain in that party? Should he?
No, no,
I
no.
don't know.
There's no way you can work with Abure structure. Definitely. But however, it's sorry for him to move to a party. If any party moves to now, APC will target that party for destruction. So it's too early. However, let him keep campaigning. Maybe close to election, he cannot adopt the party. But that party has to be an organic party. Party like Abundant Party, that type of party, organic party. The masses party, that type of
Yes,
party.
a
Is that
people-oriented party.
party that is not to pay people to do their work? That type of party he should join.
Okay.
I was never a member of Labour Party. I was obedient, but not a member of Labour Party because I never believed in Labour Party. With Abuja, I never trusted Abuja. That from time.
Funny enough, I went and joined Labour Party because of Peter Obi. I never joined Labour
Yes.
Party before that time. I paid my 1,200 and then they gave me this card. And guess what?
Okay.
I was pursuing what is it called? The ward chairman. I saw some very nasty things. That's why I'm saying that I don't know how Peter Obi will continue and survive in Labour Party. The rank is not only Aburi.
He
These
has to leave
people,
the
they
party.
are just
He has to
looking
leave
for
party.
money.
He has to leave party. You see, political party is not for people who are looking for means of livelihood. I keep saying it. Abuja, which other corporation does he have? None. So political party cannot be an ideal vehicle for church mission. So definitely, P2B has to build or join an organic party towards 2027. So let's register Abundance and see if Abundance can be that platform for him.
This one says LP is still fighting Obi, trying to bring in obedience into the party. Obedience can be used as party agents, but Aburi and Arabambi don't want that. Of course, they won't want that. They want to put their fictitious names as usual. Okay, so outside of Peter Obi, because like I say, a tree cannot make a forest. You have alternatives. There are sound people like this Prince Adebayo of SDP. I like the guy.
Okay.
The guy has sound ideas. Al Mustafa seemed to understand the problems of Nigeria, the influence of NATO, the IMF, World Bank. He seems to understand all of those things. Then you have a Sowore that is has this revolution now, this Jaguda Gragra approach. All right. Now, all of this, is there no need for all of this opposition to come together? And if there is, how can that happen? Because I feel like Peter Obi still needs to be able to galvanize the opposition behind him.
The opposition might unite if Tinubu continues with his bad governance and trying to destroy the opposition parties. They might unite together. So somebody may be forced to prioritize uniting with the opposition than trying to drive his personal ambition. Because his personal ambition is not going anywhere. It's not realistic that somebody can never beat Tinubu on the polls. It's not realistic. So if he's actually want a change in Nigeria, I think Shore should join the opposition. Let's take away the best candidate we have now, except a new one emerge as at now to be remain the best viable option for now as at today. Not that he knows it all. He's going to be a catalyst for more competent people to join the cabinet. Because once the president is not stealing, nobody else can steal. I keep telling people, as long as Tinubu is stealing, every other person will be stealing. Very simple. So once you have a president that is not stealing from the common purse, that's where you have quality people who will join him to build a new Nigeria.
But do you see a Sowore teaming up with a Peter Obi with all their antecedents?
Well,
Every opportunity he gets, he seizes the opportunity to hammer Peter Obi. Do you see that happening?
yesterday I saw them sitting side by side on a bench. I don't know where they went to in this. Maybe they want to see
Is it the
this contest.
marathon one in Lagos?
I don't know. I mean, they come physical visit to this part. The man that died, that 98-year-old, I think they were sitting close. They said,
Okay, Ayo Adebanjo.
where in politics there's no permanent enemy, no permanent. It's about interest. So somebody, if his interest is to change Nigeria, he has no option than to work with P2P. He has no other option except he's just pushing personal agenda.
It is well. Even the Sowore, I wonder. Sowore is run for president. I think it's the third time. Abi, that's his third time,
Yes.
right?
No, to before he challenged that Buhari now. He didn't start today. He challenged
Okay, yes,
Buhari.
yes, yes. He challenged even
So
Jonathan.
Jonathan, yes,
He
then challenged
challenged
Buhari. So
Jonathan. He challenged
Buhari,
Buhari in 2019.
he has
Challenged
done four times,
Tinubu in
four
2020,
times, four
four
times.
times.
So he doesn't have the character of a president. What he can be, they can give him minister for internal affairs. And Chumoro is not a presidential material.
You just hit the nail on the head. I don't see him as the presidential material.
He-
He
he-
is good. Maybe you can put him in charge of EFCC.
yes, yes. He will pursue all yeah, he need to understand the economics. He doesn't understand the economic part of it. Presidency, it's not emotional, yeah, it's balanced. To be a presidential material.
Sowore will leave the presidency and begin to fight.
Balanced.
In fact, he will behave like that trader who has a shop and then somebody came and stole one good. Sowore will leave the shop,
Uh, People will
pursue,
order that, and they'll analyze the whole shop.
and
So
by the
that's it.
time he comes back, they have looted the whole shop.
To be a good president, Nigeria needs somebody that understands economics and finance, who is not corrupt. These are three factors Nigeria needs now. A president who understands economics, finance, public finance, who is not corrupt. Once you have this presidency, you attract poor people to work because once you are corrupt, bad people will lobby to be in your cabinet. Quality people don't have any vision to root, so they offer their services. That's why you feel. That's the way you can feel. Na. These are, for example, now, if I'm a governor, my office will be a studio. Once you come in, you're on live on TBS, which means if you don't have anything for the state, you're not going to come here. You're not going to office. You're going to be a live studio. Once I'm in the office, it's live. Everybody see what I do. That's how a state should be run. When I see,
Transparency. That's
oh,
what Donald Trump is doing.
yes, each time I hear closed door, me just say, I didn't. If it's for Nigerian interest, why is it closed door? If what they're discussing is for Nigerian interest, why would we close door? Each time seeing it's a closed door meeting, it's selfish interest. If national interest, NTA will be there live. In fact, NTA should NTA the only reason NTA should be broadcasting is as to log presidency office. DPS should be broadcasting Sheriff's office live. That's what it should be. Each time you're in office, you are live on studio. That's the way. That's the reason. So anybody who come in there is going to discuss things that will benefit the state. election should be live on TV. That's the way we can fix this country. That's the only way
And,
NTA can become
and
NTA can be used.
that's what they do in America and
That's the
even
only
in
way.
Britain.
That's the only way NTA can be useful. Nigeria is born. They will be showing you fishing competition in Sokoto, Agangu. Nigeria is born. Everything very useless, broadcast outfit. Nigeria is AID is telling you that they killed 200 people in Sokoto. It took NTA. They're showing you fishing festival. I don't understand this. That's the only way NTA will be useful.
And the audio quality is not very good.
Very useless outfit. I'm telling you. I can't remember last time I listened to NTA. Network news. Are they still? I don't know who even listen to them because those local antennas I no longer see them in the market. Who more
if
listen
you
to
go
local?
if you go to their channel on YouTube, I get more views than them.
He's dead now. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. Because I don't
And I
understand them.
don't get views, oh. So
Yes, I
you
know.
can imagine.
So he's dead. They have totally disconnected from the site.
Oh God, have mercy on Nigeria.
And every year they budget billions to NTA. But I don't understand them. So that's what it should be.
I don't know what Kene is saying again. No, he said 2027 is PO last run. Okay. And
Yeah,
it's scary.
because of age. After you
Yeah,
can't come back
the
again.
window of change is shrinking.
Yeah.
I agree
However,
with that. Yeah.
when even if it doesn't succeed, he has created more POs who are coming on board. So his mission is that he's building Nigerians who will drive the change. Even if he does not win, there will be more POs who are going to come on board to control for where he stops.
But you see, there's something that Peter Obi is not doing.
Like what?
Like you see, there are four elements of Tinubu's strategy. Four. Number one, leadership problem. Leadership problem, Tinubu solved it. And solving leadership problem means having your own political party. And that was why you see that Tinubu, from a very early stage, from immediately he got in 1999, he dismantled the Action Alliance for Democracy, AD, formed his Action Congress and all that. And so he started creating a network of people that would become leaders. Oh, promising this one. I saw some videos of those meetings where he would say, okay, you will be councillor for so local government, you will be chairman for so local government, you House of Rep, you this. So he had a network of those people, and those
Uh,
people were the ones doing the groundwork for him. And then
okay,
the fact that he
P2P.
had a political party now made that easy. Peter Obi has not done that.
No. There are two different philosophies. Tinubu is a career politician. His business is politics. Deceive the masses, steal their money. P2B is a capitalist. P2B is like Donald Trump. Donald Trump is not a politician. Biden is a politician. Biden knew that Ukraine is no match to Russia.
To
He
Russia.
lied. He lied to the whole world that Ukraine will defeat Russia, and people bought into that nonsense. Today, it's obvious. So Tinubu is like Biden. P2B is like Trump. Trump is a carpenter. He want to fix the problem, not play politics around the problem. P2B want to fix Nigeria. It doesn't have time for dirty politics. That's why China don't play politics. They're all technocrats, even from their president down. There's no politics in China. It's a one-party state. China is not a political system. China is an industrial hub, and that's what they are succeeding. Politicians don't solve problem. Politicians are there to make promises and make you believe that they will take you to the promised land. That's what politics is all about.
Sorry, let me correct this for Victor Eke. Victor Eke, I am not saying that Peter Obi should become a godfather. That's not what I'm saying, because I can see your comment. You say this kind of leadership you're talking about is criminal. Democracy should be free and fair. It's the citizens that should decide and not some sort of godfather. No, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is people have to be motivated. I am doing a lot of work now. Pascal, you are aware of what we are doing with the Abundance Party thing.
Yes,
You know
yes,
how
yes.
difficult it is to get people to come and subscribe to your political party. You don't, you may not, Victor, but I do. So when people are coming, you have to give them incentives and say, look, oh, this political party that we are forming, the political party nomination forms are free. You stand the chance to become local government chairman or local government councillor, but he still has to follow due process. So anybody who is coming to join the party knows that it is not a party of one big man somewhere. No, it's a party where everybody is equal. It's a party where opportunities, there's a level playing field. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about some sort of godfather syndrome. Right now, even in forming the party, I can single-handedly fund that party. I know Pascal can single-handedly fund that party. But we have decided that no, we will not do that because we don't want a situation whereby somebody will now come and say, like Wike, I spent
Yes.
my money. I
Yes.
spent my money. And of course, if he spent his money, you won't blame him now to say he wants
Yes.
to put the party in his pocket. So that's
Correct.
what I'm
Yes.
talking about. I'm not talking about godfatherism. People need to be motivated enough. Right now, there are people with ideas, graduates with ideas, artisans with ideas, with integrity, that if elected into public office, they will do amazing things. But you see, these
Yes.
people, they are not interested in politics. Because I will not spend my 30 million to go and buy one nomination form for any political party. I won't.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would rather be thinking of how I will use that 30 million and be investing it and get food to chop for myself and my family.
No party that wants to fix Nigeria will demand 30 million from their candidate. No party
Exactly.
with a vision to fix Nigeria. Because what do you need 30 million naira for?
Four.
It's
I was speaking with the
corruption.
SDP chairman,
It doesn't make sense.
Pascal. When I put this proposal forward, the SDP chairman reached out to me and said that what I'm saying is not practical. That why will I say nomination form will be free? That they need money to run primaries. And I told him, if you want to run a free and fair primaries, you don't need money.
It shouldn't come from the candidate. Because you say candidate becomes the highest bidder.
Exactly.
So what to do is the party, if the party should put money resources to run the primaries, not from a candidate.
Exactly.
That is transactional politics. Is transaction. If I give you 30 million, when I win, my loyalty will not be to the party.
It will be to you. Yeah. It will be to the people who gave me the money.
Because I get the party 30 million. Party has been settled. My interest is to recover my first 30 million plus interest. That's why there will be budget padding. So any political party with vision to fix Nigeria don't need 30 million. You cannot primaries without spending 30 million. You can do online voting for your primaries.
God bless you, sir.
You mustn't have a canopy and a fiscal that costs money. You can use software to run your primaries. So you make it cheap. Any party, that's what I'm saying, there's no party ideology that is rooted in changing Nigeria. It's about transactions. Why do people take so much money for that? They feel that if the guy wins, you are not take it for him now. Let's take it off. For that's the reason behind this 30 million. Let's take it 30 million for him. Because if he wins, he won't give us anything. That's the only reason they ask for 30 million. Not to run any primary.
We know he will not win. So let's collect this 30 million now.
Yes. Because how much does it really cost to conduct an election, if we are really honest? Do you need 30 million? How much does it take to print ballot papers and a plastic basket to put the paper in count? How much do you don't need 30 million to conduct any primaries? Because they want to take money from the candidates. In case if he wins, I doesn't remember them. That's why most of them are not loyal to their party because they have paid the party off by buying a form for 30 million. It's too much.
Yeah, that's why the likes of El Rufai are now coming to say, APC has left me behind because Tinubu spent his money. He said it now to those traditional rulers that he spent his money to get to Aso Rock.
Moreover, they left him behind because he didn't believe Tinubu is the best for APC. He was right.
But he was the one that, you remember, he was the one that single-handedly pushed Tinubu. When the northern governors had decided for Ahmed Lawanu, the Senate president then.
Yes, he was pushing for power rotation to the south.
To the south, yes. It was El Rufai that single-handedly broke the ranks of the northern. Yes.
He fought against IBB.
Yes.
The Tinubu is not eating well. What could be the reason?
Honestly, I don't know.
Maybe okay. So it's true. Tinubu is not eating well. I don't know why.
He was the one that single-handedly broke the ranks of the northern governors.
But we need them to be divided so that the APC can have a crack. It could that Tinubu will not even eating well. Tinubu should not equally treat other people well. So there'll be a crack. Need that crack to happen.
In fact, somebody is saying, why are they mute? It's Victor. Victor, come up now. Come up. click the link in the description and let's have you give this conversation, because you have been making some very valid points, and then you're just typing. It's a lot harder to type than to speak. He says, why
That
are
that
they mute?
diaspora voting will not take place until our electoral process is technology driven. One, we don't even know who is a Nigerian. See, Nigeria is a madhouse. Ideally, data state should have my data, not just data, private
Yes.
data. Data state should know that I'm currently in Asaba. Data state should know that you a citizen in current in Abuja. Once you travel, as you travel with your phone should be updating the database. Every citizen should have an ID, national ID and state ID, properly documented. Because of corruption, rigging, they keep compromising this database. Once database is compromised, the electoral process can never be free and fair. That is their problem. Because there's no need for voters card. Citizens ID card is what you should use in voting. Because the data NIN is compromised. That's why people are looking for voters card. You must be a Nigerian citizen to vote. National ID confirms that you are a citizen. So until you have this citizens database, that is where to start from. Let's know who is a Nigerian. The number of Nigerians outside Nigeria. I can tell you that immigration doesn't have database of how many Nigerians are spread across the world. They don't have any information. They don't have database. I mean Nigerians in US, in UK, in Holland, they don't have
No,
that kind
they
of thing.
do. They do. They have. They have. I have a couple of
They don't have what they have is the most country has. Nigeria don't have anything. What they have is those countries have. Nigeria don't have because
no, when you say list, they have a list of people, Nigerians that are in diaspora, on a country by country basis. I
I
have
doubt.
somebody who works in that office at immigration headquarters.
I doubt.
They have,
Okay.
in fact, they even fight to go to that department because they use it to get a lot of money.
Okay. Okay.
They fight to go to that. Nigeria get data. It's just that our corrupt leaders. Like, we have NIMC. NIMC has our data. Road safety has our data. Our banks. I did a job for central bank. I did a job for a company that works with central bank at some time. I know that there are systems within central bank that monitor transactions real time, right?
Okay. Okay.
That monitor transactions real time, that have the details of Nigerians. All of the 113 million accounts that we have in Nigeria now, all their details there with CBNO, and the
Okay.
details are linked directly with NFIU, linked with ASO Rock, linked with DSS, linked with EFCC. I was invited to see EFCC in 2015 and again in 2017. Somebody wrote some petition against my company, so I was invited to see to EFCC. Do you know? Part of the things they asked me to bring was my award document. They asked me to bring my bank statements and all that. So at some point, I was concerned. I wanted to print some and not print some. But somebody just told me, print everything for them to ask you to bring it. Don't you think that they will have access to your account? And lo and behold, when I got to EFCC, they had my account details
Okay.
already. So they wanted to set me up. If I had presented half truth or did anything, they would have now used it against me.
Yes.
So these
Yes.
people, they actually have information. There was a solution. I don't know if I can say this online. There was a solution. I don't know if I can say this online.
Okay. No, no, don't worry.
Let me not say
So,
it online. Let me not say
so
it.
what I say is that our data is being compromised.
We get data, just that they
Those
don't want to use it. Like somebody said now, I think it was Kenny that said it. They are afraid. Let me see. Yes, it was Victor. He said these politicians are scared of losing. They know that if they go by data, they know that if they go by the data we have, they won't win. They won't win. Do you know what happened to my wife on election day?
Okay.
I've always voted in SciTech since 2011. I've
Okay.
always voted in SciTech. So, and my wife has always, my wife has always voted in SciTech. Me, I've always voted in Garki.
Okay.
So, I decided in 2019 to move my polling unit from Garki to SciTech so that my wife and I will all the family will just go and vote on election day. So, I
Yes.
moved my polling unit to SciTech. Now, guess what? When it was election day, do you know my wife went to her polling unit? Her name was not there.
Hmm.
Her name was not there. In fact, she had decided to abandon voting. She just decided to come with me because there were two polling units in SciTech. So she decided to come with me to my own polling unit to vote. But I just told her that, okay, we were not checking my polling unit, my name on my polling unit, or they print the names on the board.
Yes,
Lo
yes,
and
yes.
behold, I saw my wife's name in my polling unit. She did not request for her name to be moved to. And that was how many people were disenfranchised by INEC.
Okay,
Their
I see.
polling units were moved. They got to their polling units, they did not see their names on the list, and many of them got angry and went back home. But if not that I had my own move and then my wife came with me to my own polling unit, I wouldn't have seen her name. She wouldn't have. So there are
I
a
see.
lot of things that these people are doing. They have the data. They manipulate the
That, that,
data
that, 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 that,
wickedly.
that is why we don't go to web. That every Nigeria is what we call citizens app. On the from the app, before you from the app, you should know where real time where you're going to vote. Government should be communicating with citizens through the app. So if you are a student, the app will categorize as a student. A civil servant, you are categorized. When somebody is kidnapped, with database, rescue becomes easy. Today, somebody is kidnapped. Police doesn't have any database to work with. Because if you're kidnapped, your phone will register the closest GP, the closest coordinate where you are taken to. It helps the investigation to people to know what to do. So that's why I said that we don't have database. This has to be biometrically backed database. Once you die, before you are buried, the data will be database will be updated before you move your corpse out of the mortuary. That update, government has to give you a clearance that your data you have been classified dead. Once you are given a birth within 10 days, that child should be in the database. That is what is called effective governance. So when you say I want to, we don't have many people that are above 80 years in Nigeria. We don't know people that are above 10 years. How do you know number of schools and primary schools to build? So Nigeria has without data, I don't know how governance can work without data. So our government is not just incompetent. That's the range we have in Nigeria. We don't even have many girls that are under poverty age. This is a tablet that helps us. We don't even know how many lawyers you have in Nigeria. We keep overproducing. So it's crazy. Don't even
No,
know how
but,
many
but
just
funny
engineers.
enough, for the lawyers, engineers, you have the current list, you have NSC list. Eh,
I'm not on Korea. I'm not on any of the two. So this is I'm not on any of the two because of my career. I don't need to be there for now. Because I'm not chasing government contracts. It's only government that makes people to go and register with Korea and NNC. So that's it. I'm not even any of the two. So that's the problem. So we don't have any database. As you are graduating from university, doing your NYC, they're supposed to capture you. You cannot need to go there and be giving someone the bribe to put my name there. It's crazy. It's supposed to be a process. They come to NYC camp and capture all the engineers. As fast as everything. So Nigeria government is not data driven. Tinubu say you want to wake up and want to do Calabar Lagos Road. What is the corridor, traffic corridor, tracing on that corridor? What are the road for? That road is going to be idle. There's no villages around that route. So
no villages.
who needs to know who needs to use the road? Nobody. What we need is the way from Lagos to Calabar. More than 1,000 Hayas buses shuttle coming to Lagos every day from the southeast, and so train will take care of that. Free up our roads. Lagos Calabar, Lagos Abuja should be the way. Nobody should go to Lagos from Abuja by Hayas bus. It's not safe. It's not efficient. It puts pressure on PMS. Each of them consume over 150 liters of petrol. It's not efficient. Why would I pay 35,000 to move from Lagos to Abuja by road? It's crazy.
This thing you are saying, this thing you are saying is very, very true. When I was in America in 2021, just after the COVID, I went to New York. From New York, it's either you go by train, you go by flight, or if you're going to go by bus, it's not small buses. They have these very large
Because
Greyhound
it's
buses.
more efficient. It's more efficient.
Yes, very
It's more,
large. I think
it,
very big. That will be like a house.
it's more efficient to use a 60-seater Los bus to move 60 people from Lagos to Abuja than putting 10 buses on the road.
That
In
was
fact,
what they that was what they used.
you need to one Rolls bus is equivalent to 6 Hiace bus that consumes over 1,000 liters of petrol compared to maybe 300 liters of diesel
Diesel.
AGO. The Rolls bus we convert in and Rolls bus is safer.
Okay, 1 minute.
It's more difficult to kidnap. Kidnappers cannot hijack Rolls bus. It will crush them. They can kidnap it and divert a Hiace bus.
10 minutes.
A Rolls bus is safer, more difficult to kidnap because he will crush everybody with AK-47 and keep going. So Nigeria is too populated to be used not to be using the railway for long distance travel. So these are things we need to address in our country.
It is well. Who defeated Tinubu in 2023? Is that not INEC and they are still there? We can defeat INEC. Pascal, I think I need to leave now. Somebody just came and I
Okay,
need
no
to
problem.
attend to the person very quickly. And then your meeting for 8 o'clock
It's still on, no problem.
is still on. Is it possible for me to still join or is it
No, you can
is
close now.
physical?
You can close. No, it's online. It's Zoom.
Is Zoom? And so
Uh,
send me the link and make I join, make I come do party with you.
no, you don't open. You don't open meeting. You don't open
Okay.
meeting.
All right, no problem, no problem. So tomorrow.
No problem. Give me the time.
All right, all right. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much, everybody. Kene, we have a Royal. Royal just came now. Who defeated? Okay, fine. Royal, sorry. We have been on this for like over 1 hour. Kene, thank you. Who is that again? Victor, Amatime, Osage, all of you, everybody. Who's that? Theodora Obi, okay. Everybody, thank you very much for joining the live session today. We'll continue the conversation tomorrow. But you see, the important thing is it's not just about talking. Pascal and I, we are engaged in setting up and creating Abundance Party of Nigeria. We are in the process of doing it. In fact, in the process of registering it. And so we would like you to join us. It's not just to talk. The people we are complaining about, suggesting all the solutions to, they are not ready to implement it. It's left for us to organize ourselves and network ourselves. And that's why we are inviting you to join us to create the Abundance
And
Party of
we
Nigeria.
need to drive political education in Nigeria. Education is the key.
And
It's the key. Once you create
that's
that mass
100% correct.
education, voters education is very important. They should take the money, they vote their conscience.
Their conscience. Yeah. Thank you very much. We'll meet again tomorrow. We'll set the time. I'll let you know.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.